You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are really thrilled to have you here with us today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We have got a lot to cover.
We really do. So the mission today is to synthesize a massive stack of recent TLDR marketing newsletters from early June 2026. And let me tell you, we are uncovering a huge underlying shift here.
Huge is almost an understatement, honestly.
Right. I mean, we're looking at a fundamental change in how we discover information, how we interact with brands, and maybe most importantly, how we are going to do our jobs in an AI-dominated world.
Exactly. It touches pretty much everything.
So let me just set this up for you. Think about your absolute favorite brand. You might assume that having a beautifully designed logo or, a perfectly polished brand voice is the key to standing out online right now.
Which is what we've all been taught for years, right?
Right. But what if the most important audience evaluating your brand right now is a machine? A machine that, frankly, couldn't care less about your carefully curated vibe.
Yeah, it's a complete paradigm shift. I mean, we've spent the last 3 decades optimizing the internet for human eyes, human emotions,
Yeah.
human attention spans. But suddenly, the primary consumer of our digital presence is an algorithm. And an algorithm really does not appreciate your typography.
Which is terrifying if you're a designer, but it's fascinating if you're trying to figure out how information actually flows today. So here is how we are going to break this down for you.
Yeah, we've got a roadmap.
First, we will explore the AI search revolution, basically looking at what is breaking. Then, how smart brands are completely bypassing traditional search. After that, we'll dive into this really fascinating human backlash against artificial perfection.
That's my favorite part, the backlash.
It's so good. And finally, what this all means for the future of our jobs. So to understand where marketing is going, we first have to look at what's breaking. And traditional Google search is fundamentally changing.
It's basically collapsing in real time.
Yeah, the data from the sources is just staggering. Listen to this. 68.01% of Google searches now end without a click.
Over 2/3. Over 2/3 of the time, someone asks a question and never actually visits a destination website.
Wow.
That is essentially a zero-click wasteland for anyone who, relies on web traffic.
And it gets worse. These new AI overviews have cut click-through rates by nearly 60%. So we are moving away from those massive lists of keywords into these Google AI briefs where you just describe your intent in plain language.
Right, and this brings us to a concept from the newsletters called No Logo 2.0.
Ooh, I like that term.
Yeah, so branding is basically moving from aesthetic storytelling to machine-readable structure. Visual identity just matters less now because generative engines extract structured data.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second because that is wild. It's like spending weeks dressing up for a massive job interview.
Right, you look amazing.
Yeah. But when you walk in, the interviewer is a robot who only scans the barcode on your suit jacket. If your site isn't built for a bot to read, you are invisible.
That is the perfect analogy. Visibility now depends entirely on how clearly a site can be parsed by bots, not how pretty it looks.
So how does a bot even judge you then?
Well, this is where EET comes in. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Models prioritize credible sources over keyword-stuffed pages. They want to see consistent, structured data.
But the sources say trying to track that visibility is just totally chaotic right now.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I mean, there was a study of 30,000 citations across major AI platforms. Yeah. And they found only a 0.8% overlap.
Wait, less than 1%.
Less than 1% overlap between what these different AIs consider the right answer. And if you track ChatGPT prompts, you only get about 2.2% consistency over repeated runs.
That is insane. So you're just guessing.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is exactly why new tactics are emerging. Things like creating a Google Preferred Sources link to basically force visibility.
Just bypassing the chaos entirely.
Exactly. Sites literally have to prioritize retrieval bots over human aesthetics now.
Which leads us perfectly into our second segment. If traditional search is becoming this zero-click wasteland, where do brands actually go to get in front of buyers?
They have to pivot, and they're pivoting hard.
Yeah, they shift to high-intent video, connected TV, and social commerce. Because, get this, social commerce is growing 4 times faster than traditional e-commerce.
4 times. It's projected to hit $8.5 trillion by 2030.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It's the massive B2B opportunity on YouTube. 80.2% of quote-unquote demo searches now have YouTube videos on page 1.
which is wild for B2B software.
Right. It is so bizarre that serious B2B software companies should be acting more like YouTube bloggers just to get their pipeline filled.
Well, they're doing it to bypass expensive search engine clicks. I mean, CPCs can be $20 to $49 on search engines. Why pay that when you can rank a YouTube video for free?
True. And then there's Amazon's CTV connected TV push. This blew my mind.
Oh, the LinkedIn integration.
Yes. They are now integrating LinkedIn's B2B data to target Netflix viewers based on their corporate seniority and industry. So you're watching a movie on your couch and getting an ad for enterprise software.
Because Amazon knows you're a VP of logistics. It's brilliant, but it requires a ton of content, which is why teams are using the Jack Appleby brand pillar template.
Remind me how that breaks down again.
Sure, so you structure 60 to 80% of your content on tried and true performance stuff, and then you save 20 to 40% for experimental, trying new concepts.
Right, because you never know what's going to hit, especially with discovery happening via what the sources call remixable moments.
Culture really does move at the speed of clipping now.
It really does. The example in the newsletter was this 30-second clip from the movie Apex. It went viral, and it caused a 429% spike in streams for a 2015 Chemical Brothers song that was just playing in the background.
That is the power of a remixable moment. But we have to talk about why all this hacking works. It's called the consideration illusion.
The consideration illusion. Okay, explain that.
We think buyers choose between brands by comparing features, but they don't. Buyers don't choose between brands, they eliminate them.
Oh, wow. So it's about survival.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the time a buyer is consciously comparing features, it's way too late. Hacking these new channels shapes eligibility early on, making sure you are in that narrow set of options they even consider in the first place.
Okay, so AI bots are doing the discovering, and we are hunting for new channels to reach people. But what happens when brands try to use AI to actually speak to their customers?
Oh man, total backlash, total disaster.
Yeah, the data is brutal here. AI emotional messages are backfiring spectacularly. Across 2,200 participants using AI for apologies or like founder notes reduced brand recommendations by 24.6%.
And it skyrocketed feelings of moral disgust by 58.4%.
Moral disgust over an email.
Because people feel totally manipulated. But conversely, radical human honesty pays off massively.
Like the Instacart example.
Right. Instacart tested proactively warning shoppers about low stock items. Instead of hurting sales, it increased spending by 5.8% over 6 months because it built immense trust.
Wait, so we have all this multi-million-dollar tech designed to optimize the perfect message, but the brands actually winning are the ones posting shaky iPhone videos and literally telling you, hey, we're out of stock.
What's fascinating here is the pendulum swing. As AI commoditizes perfection, flaws, rawness, and transparency become premium trust signals.
That explains Lowe's TikTok strategy. They completely bypassed corporate strategy docs to post this vibe-heavy iPhone video, and it got 40 million organic views.
People are just craving something real. It's the same reason for the old TV revival.
Oh, right. People flocking back to Seinfeld and The Sopranos.
Exactly. Audiences are seeking emotional predictability and coherence in a world full of algorithm-driven noise. And experiential marketing is surging too, creating an 85% purchase lift.
Because people just crave real-world, in-person connection. But when you ignore that cultural context, things go bad.
Yeah, look at the Starbucks Korea PR disaster.
Oh, that was rough.
It's a prime cautionary tale. They had a poorly timed campaign that evoked a historical tragedy. It shows what happens when AI and weak internal reviews strip the human cultural context out of marketing.
A machine doesn't understand history, it just generates the image.
Exactly.
So it's clear that AI is forcing a return to human authenticity in marketing. But, we really can't ignore the very real anxieties about what AI is doing to the humans actually doing the work.
No, we can't. The impact on human work is the elephant in the room.
A recent survey we looked at shows 53% of Americans fear AI could put someone in their household out of work. And just to break down the demographics neutrally, that concern is 61% among Democrats and 47% among Republicans. It is a very widespread fear.
And tech companies know it. Anthropic recently put out a policy paper to get ahead of this narrative. They are actually proposing wage insurance, retraining, and even universal basic income, or UBI.
Wow, they are really preparing for a massive disruption.
They have to. Look at product marketing managers, or PMMs. They're being advised to use AI for repetitive execution work.
Right, but not for the high-level stuff.
Exactly. Not for judgment, not for storytelling or stakeholder management, the human stuff.
But that creates a huge problem. Automation is eliminating the task-based work that used to be the training ground for junior marketers. It's the death of the entry-level job.
Which is terrifying for anyone graduating right now.
So what does this all mean? Because if we eliminate all the junior roles because AI can do the grunt work, where do the senior strategists of tomorrow come from? You don't just spawn into the world as a VP of marketing.
This raises an important question, and it's what people are calling the pipeline problem.
The pipeline problem.
Yeah. The skills AI cannot replicate, like judgment, creativity, relationship building, those are developed through on-the-job experience.
By doing the grunt work.
Right. If we automate the bottom, we completely hollow out the top. And then there are the regulatory ripple effects we have to watch out for.
Like what's happening in New York?
Yet New York is requiring disclosure of AI performers in ads. And on the platform side, Bluesky warned that teen social media bans could accidentally strengthen big tech monopolies.
Wait, how does a teen safety ban help monopolies?
Because only the massive companies can afford the massive compliance costs. It accidentally wipes out smaller competitors who can't afford the legal infrastructure.
Oh, wow. Everything really is connected. We have covered so much ground today. So for everyone listening, we've navigated the death of the aesthetic logo and the rise of zero-click search.
Which is changing everything.
Yeah, and we looked at the massive premium on human flaws and authenticity, and finally, the very real societal growing pains of an automated workforce.
It is a lot to process.
It really is. Did you have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I do, actually. Just something for you to mull over. If AI agents are currently doing the searching and retrieving for us, and websites are redesigning themselves just to be read by these bots, at what point does the buyer stop being human altogether? I mean, what does the economy look like when your personalized AI agent holds your credit card and negotiates directly with a brand's AI agent to make a purchase? Who is marketing to whom?
Oh man, that is a wild thought to leave on, AI negotiating with AI. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep questioning the information around you, and we will catch you on the next one.
Spoken Tech, for your ears.